Hi crafters, Karen here, and in today's video, it's all about another Craft with 5 challenge, and this is a collaboration hosted by Beth from Bourbon Creek Crafts. Now, before I get into the projects today, let me remind you that there is a playlist link in the description box. You can also find that same link at the end of the video, and you can click on that and it'll take you to the other videos that the collaboration team is part of. So you can go ahead and see what they created using the 5 items that we have listed for the month of February. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, as you can see the list here for February, we're working with snowflakes, the colors silver and gray. We have dyes, powders, and ribbon. Now, if you're looking at this list and you say to yourself, oh, there's something on there that I don't have. That is actually okay because you can substitute it for something else. And that's exactly what I did for 2 of the things actually. And I'll show you that in just a minute. So what I thought I would do is I would show you the items that I used to create what I made. So let's start here with this snowflake die. This is from Sizzix. You've got this large and small die set. And I made this really pretty snowflake card. So I cut out the snowflake. This blue here is foil, and it wasn't used in a make machine. This actually is just non-heated foil that I used on adhesive. And then for my powders, I did the silver heat embossing for my sentiment. And of course that's in silver. And then I used my gray ink and I did some masking using the Gina K Masking Magic to mark off these lines, inked that up. And then for the ribbon, I don't have ribbon in my stash because I don't use ribbon in my paper crafting. But instead, I brought in some twine and I thought that looked really nice there at the bottom for a nice added touch. So that was card number 1. And now for card number 2, I worked on, I used this collage cover-up die by My Favorite Things. I also used this Pretty Postage collection, the snowflake stamp from Tailored Expressions, and it also comes with dies. So basically what I did was I stamped out all those snowflakes. I colored them in using my Spectrum Noir markers. I did the heat embossing in silver for my sentiment. I used the silver glitter cardstock that I have for my color. And then I did the twine again for my little bow here to add on to the sentiment piece. And then those squares were all cut out using that die to the postage. And then I just glued them on the snowflakes onto each of the squares. And that is my card for that project. And now moving into the, these are my absolute favorite. So I did make some tags. So here are the supplies that I used. I did use this snowflake banner from scrapbook.com. I used the actual fishtail banner that there's an extra piece here that is layered. And I just used that extra piece for one of my sentiments. This was the Snowy tag by Pink Fresh Studios, excuse me, and it does come in 2 pieces, but I just used the outer part for the tag. And then I also brought in some rub-ons from Simple Stories. This is called Simple Vintage Fresh Snow, and you'll see what that piece is in just a minute, but I added that. And then I also have this Hero Arts Snowflake background stamp, and I used that on one of the projects. So let me go ahead and show you what these look like. So here is the first tag, and again, those ice skates are from this rub-on set here. That's what I cut out here. So there's the snowflake, that's part of the skates. And then for the silver here, I got the color, but what I did was I didn't use any powders for this one. Instead, I brought in my silver lunar paste from Simon Hurley. I really just wanted to use the paste. I liked the color. I love the shine that it gives. And then for my ribbon, I substituted that with the twine. And the snowflake, again, is part of the skates, and that is tag number 1. And then for tag number 2, that is part of this background stamp. So I stamped it in gray, and then I heat embossed that with clear embossing powder because I used one of my pigment inks for this. And then there's that fishtail banner that I was telling you about from this banner here. And then I just added my sentiment and added my twine, added a little bit of, had an eyelet in there and brought that in. And then my last tag is this really cute snowman. So that was a stamp. I masked him off so I could stamp the snowflakes on there. And again, the die for the tag, I've got my twine, I added an eyelet. Now the one thing I forgot to do, not that I didn't have it, but I forgot to use my clear embossing powder to add to the snowflakes, because again I used my gray pigment ink and I meant to add the embossing powder to give it that shine, and I completely forgot to do that. So I missed that step, but the intention was definitely there. And these are my 3 tags and then my 2 cards that I made using the 5 items for the month of February. This wraps up another video. I hope it has inspired you to give this challenge a try. And again, if you don't have any of the supplies that's listed, feel free to substitute and work with whatever you have in your stash. And until my next video, I hope your day is a crafty day. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all again real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.